Yo, what's going on, boys? My name is LC, and I hope you're doing okay. And I thought that we'd sit here this week and talk about something serious, because that's not really something I do on this channel too often. I mean, I just talked about burgers and pizza on my last video, so I figured, let's break the ice. I'm thinking of making the presentation like as if I'm playing a game and mindlessly talking about life. Needless to say, today we'll be talking about identity. In other words, finding yourself and staying true to oneself. I hope this speaks to some of you, and if any of you are struggling in some way, maybe this will help guide you in the right direction. Now, I feel like it's almost an open-ended question to ask, who am I, or who are you? Because the answer to that question is different for everybody. For me, I honestly still haven't found the answer to that question. I've went through stumbles in my relationship, lost some close friends, and went through many transformations, and I guess the most I can say is at least I feel comfortable in my own skin now. The big thing that a lot of people struggle with, and is something that I struggled with growing up, is, pressure, either by your fellow peers or parents, or maybe even by the world itself. I was raised in a Christian home, so you could imagine how much I was sheltered from Peter Griffin on the television. For a lot of people, their parents pressuring them is what leads them to do the things that they don't want to do. Whether it's something small like joining a soccer team when it wasn't what you wanted, or something bigger like going into a major that you yourself didn't choose. In my case, I went into business administration for my major at my first semester of college because that's what my family was encouraging me to do. I almost failed accounting. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of the time, the people we think know best don't actually know anything. And sometimes they do, but you just gotta trust your gut instead of feed into what others are telling you. Because from a smaller point of view, sure, who cares if you suck at soccer? From the bigger picture, it's a matter of what direction your future is headed. It took me a long time to realize this. Now, when I was, say, 16, 17, I wouldn't call myself emo per se, but I had a fairly warped perception of how the world works and how life works. I mean, I thought I'd die before I'd even graduate, and maybe that's a bit much. I was just being dramatic back then. But I didn't think that I had a future, because everything I thought was possible was everything that I didn't want. And everything that I wanted to be, like a successful YouTuber or a very popular musician who gets shit tons of streams, I didn't think it was possible. And it was a painful feeling. And the only thing I forgot to do was, think outside the box. For me, music has always been a passion, and I knew that from a young age. Tapping my fingers on the desk, to listening to albums recommended by my brother, to now experimenting and making my own music, while all the more expanding my music taste. It's always been like a form of therapy for me. A great way of finding yourself is to find something that you like, or find something that makes you happy. This could even be like video games, sports, or anything really. It could even be like a non-conventional interest. Like, I don't know, sewing. Anything that works for you will work. So express yourself. So I'll be honest. For a while, I truly had lost my way in life. I mean, appearance-wise, my hair was too long and unhealthy to the point where I was putting it up in a ponytail or a bun just to make myself feel happy or some form of self-worth. And because of my lack of self-worth, I had no real identity of my own. Like, sure, I had a name. I knew my gender. My friends called me Lane. My online friends called me LC. But I had no real identity. I got a job, and I basically forced myself to get out and be social again. And that did help. But if I hadn't have taken that initiative to get off my ass and move, I wouldn't be here talking to you about my struggles today. I wouldn't have cut my hair and revamped my image. And I wouldn't be here to say I'm proud to be myself either. Now, identity is such a broad subject that I could discuss for hours. So maybe I'll pick a more confined topic for the next video. I honestly just said all of this because I feel like talking about subjects that affect not just me, but can be beneficial to those around me or anyone that reads them. Most people don't get fed this kind of message often, so it's good to spread a good message and to be transparent. A light to your possible gloomy day. I think this served as a good icebreaker for those who barely knew me from a personal standpoint, and if I helped in any way, awesome. Let me know in the comments, and if not, well, maybe next time. But yeah, I hope you all have a damn good one, and take care of yourselves. See ya.